LeStrange Handicap. This is a 69 plus 1200 metre event, pay 1, 2, 3 with 9 runners. And we start with number 1, Kickagoalson here, who's been a model of consistency over a couple of seasons here at Kalgoorlie. Admittedly, doesn't win out of turn. He's only won the once from 12 outings at Kalgoorlie with 6 second placings against his name, and that has been a bit of a story of his preparation as well. Second 4 starts ago, over 1300 behind Vinyl. Second 3 starts ago, over 1400 behind Counter Drive. And since then's run 5th on a soft 7, beaten a length by Irritable Rodney and Abloh. And then most recently beaten a length and a half by High Pressure, who's in this field. Does get a considerable weight swing here on High Pressure to the tune of 4.5 kilos for a 1.5 length defeat. Care of the fact that Chanel Cooper jumps aboard today and takes off 3 kilos for Peter Fernie. My knock on this horse is the barrier. 7 of 9 is not going to be an easy steer, but also the fact that he comes back to 1200 metres here today. That's the way the programming is. I'm sure it wasn't their selection to go back to 1200 metres as opposed to staying at the 13 or 14, but they realistically had no other option. He's a $7 chance here today, number 1, Kickagoalson. Number 2, also trained by Peter Fernie, to be ridden by Keshore Duran, is gluten-free. Again, a lot of these horses are coming from 1400 metres back to the 1200 here today off a 3-week break, and gluten-free is one of those, having been beaten almost 6 lengths by High Pressure last start. Prior to that was solid enough in the Irritable Rodney race, has been around the mark all preparation, won at the opening meeting, but that was only a 5-horse field, and since then has been going around double figures and just whacking away in behind the place getters. A $15 chance here today is number 2, gluten-free. Number 3, False Statement, brought up to Kelly by Felicity Forbes Ives. Geordie Turner rides today, beaten 13 lengths first up by Rockin' Rupert. That was a Saturday race at Belmont Park, but concerningly, it was a soft 6, which tends to be his preferred surface. He settled last, finished last, was beaten a long, long way. If we go back 4 starts ago, back to October over the traditional annual Kalgoorlie round, was beaten 2 by Ain't No Other Man. If he could run up to a level like that, he'd be very competitive, but since then we probably haven't seen him at his best, and for that reason he goes around at 20 to 1. Number 4, Dunbar here today, a $6.50 chance. Lucy Fiore looking for a treble on today's program. Peter Fernie is the trainer. This is the son of Vancouver, who's a bit of a difficult horse to catch, but he was very impressive 4 starts ago behind Talk It Up, when beating Talk It Up, should I say. And Talk It Up's gone on to win a Mayoral Cup, another 70-plus open handicap, only 2 starts afterwards this preparation. That form is really good through Talk It Up, and that's exactly who he ran into a month ago. Was beaten a length and a quarter by Talk It Up that day on the 16th of June. Rises up 1.5 kilos. I thought he was one of the top players here, number 4, Dunbar. Number 5, High Pressure, has been a real favourite of punters recently. 2 starts ago was $15 into $4.60, and a really good go where they left the money in the bag, but they got it right last start, $5.50 into $3.40, and he got the job done. Again, like many of these, 1400 back to 1200 in the middle of a preparation is probably not ideal, and neither's that awkward draw here today. Lisa Staples is going to need to produce a pretty good run, but is still popular in betting, into $4.60 here now. The best back runner in this race, and the one that I'm quite keen on here, is number 6, Mungo Jerry. $3.80 the opening price, now into $2.30. I just had question marks on a lot of these horses coming back in distance, as opposed to Mungo Jerry, who's had that alternate preparation where he's the horse coming up in distance today. He said 3 runs this time in, 2nd behind Baalbek, 2nd behind Talk It Up, and then here last week, 3rd behind Baalbek and Talk It Up. 7 days later, he goes up 100 metres, but most importantly, there's no Talk It Up here today, and Baalbek raced yesterday, and very well at that, at Bell Park. So without those 2 key rivals here today, I thought Mungo Jerry found a very winnable race. He's now into $2.25. Number 6, Matty Derrick, riding for Ricky Brown. Number 7, Love Drunk Baby, comes through that same form reference race behind Talk It Up, Baalbek and Mungo Jerry 7 days ago. Finished around 2 3/4 lengths behind Mungo Jerry, and they meet at level weights here, both rising up 1.5 kilos 7 days later. Likely to fire across from an outside draw. Tends to build into the preparation, Love Drunk Baby, and no doubt will pick up another one this time in, a $9.50 chance. Number 8, Northern Ivy's yet to win at a distance less than 1300 metres. That's the obvious concern for this 5-year-old gelding. He's also never run a place after 5 attempts at Kalgoorlie, but he's got the inside draw, and he has been back to trial since his last run 3 weeks ago. Braden Garth rides for Paul Tapper. The final horse here is a last start winner, trained by Gary Bowen, ridden by Vicky Corver. His name is Kakadu. He broke a long run of outs. It was great to see him back in the winner's circle, and with that confidence-boosting win, no doubt he'll be thereabouts again, and he can take advantage of that inside draw and put a bit of speed into this race. $13 for Kakadu to go back-to-back. That's a look at these horses ahead of race number 5 at Kalgoorlie. 2 minutes to get your bets on ahead of race number 5. My numbers are 6, 4, 9 and 5. This has been a nice sustained market go now for number 6 in Mungo Jerry. $3.80 the top bet price, now into $2.30. So very popular with the punters and popular at my end as well. Thought he'd get every chance here today. Been racing like he wants, 1,200 metres. Can use that barrier to his advantage. He may even lead today. Maddie Derrick jumps aboard here, and hopefully she's able to get Mungo Jerry home in race 5. Number 6 I thought was one of the better bets on the program. 4, Dunbar the Danger. He's not an easy horse to catch, but Lucy Fiore has been riding well for months. She jumps aboard Dunbar today. He's out to $7 here, and he's at an each-way quote, and he normally runs an each-way race. 9, Kakadu. He got conditions to suit last time out. The race that he was in was a day where you needed to basically lead to win, and Vicky Corver was desperate to hold the inside with Kakadu, and it was the winning move. It was a really good ride, but I thought he was right place, right time, and this is definitely tougher for him. And 5, High Pressure. He's been plunged in betting his last 2, most recently to success as well, but I just wondered where Lisa Staples would get to from that tricky draw. Thought he was actually every chance of being 3 deep, because he's not a horse that actually jumps that brilliantly, but he musters quite quickly afterwards. 6, 4, 9 and 5 for me ahead of race number 5. I thought Mungo Jerry was very hard to beat. 1, Kickagoalson, $6.50 out to 8. 2, Gluten Free, $8.50 out to 17. 3, False Statement, 16 to 23. 4, Dunbar, $4.60 out to 7. 5, High Pressure, has hovered around the $4.80 mark all the way through betting. 6, Mungo Jerry, $3.80 into $2.35. Number 7, Love Drunk Baby, is $15 into $9.50. A bit of a move there for an on-speed type. 40s out to 70s, back to 40s Northern Ivy, and 8 out to $14 for Kakadu. Perfectly on start time as False Statement joins the line. We go to Royce Newton now for the call of race number 5.
Thanks, Scott. Yes, runners coming forward well here for race number 5 on the card. Of course, this is the Vale Gordon LeStrange handicap. A race in his honour, and a great patron of the KBRC. Enjoyed his time at the track. And this race in the honour of Gordon. Okay, so Mungo Jerry, $2.25, pretty short in the market. Been supported in the lead up to start time. $5.50 about High Pressure, who's just got slight drifts. And then Dunbar and Kickagoalson at $7.50 a piece. Okay, we're set. Stand by, 1,200 metres ahead of them. Ready to go, gates fly back, they're off racing. Now Kickagoalson was first out of the machine. Love Drunk Baby mustering speed from out wide, also up there early on. It is Dunbar being followed by Mungo Jerry on the fence, getting a nice run early on. They were followed next of all High Pressure, Northern Ivy. Then we had the last start winner in Kakadu. Well back then to Gluten Free, who's second last, and last of all it's False Statement. As they go on to the side, 800 to run, it's Love Drunk Baby who found the top, shows out a length. Travelling strong second is Kickagoalson, the top weight, who has the claim today. They were followed by Mungo Jerry, run of the race, third on the paint. Then we had to the outside Dunbar, High Pressure, Kakadu, Northern Ivy. Well back then to Gluten Free, and last of all it's False Statement. They compact with 400 metres to run. It's Love Drunk Baby who will bring them into the straight, a length the good Kickagoalson. They were followed by Mungo Jerry down on the fence who needs room. Followed next of all running on Dunbar, Northern Ivy. Down the outside High Pressure with False Statement. It's Love Drunk Baby, Kickagoalson trying to level up, but Love Drunk Baby with a kick. Love Drunk Baby, Kickagoalson the outside trying to get there, late on the scene. High Pressure, also False Statement. They drive to the line. Oh, maybe Kickagoalson. Maybe Kickagoalson in a photo with Love Drunk Baby. False Statement third, fourth in High Pressure. They were followed in next of all by Northern Ivy. And then we had Dunbar with Mungo Jerry, Kakadu, and Gluten Free, one of the last. Good finish here. Fantastic finish, but I fancy Kickagoalson getting the head down, and it does. Number 1 goes into the frame. Kickagoalson. A deserved win here for this horse that's been so consistent and just gets the better of the 3 False Statement. So False Statement's actually got second ahead of the 7 Love Drunk Baby, who was over on the fence, and 5 High Pressure. There's about a neck covering this first 4 across the line. The swoopers started to really motor in that last 100 metres, and Love Drunk Baby at the 100 metre pole looked to be in control, and just grinding away was Kickagoalson, and then False Statement on the scene with High Pressure. A short head by a half head, the margins here. A ripping finish to the Gordon LeStrange, Vale, and 1375 will be your numbers. A short head by a half head, 111.54 the gallop, and a well-deserved win here by Kickagoalson, who at his last 4 starts has gone second, 5th, 3rd. And today he got the claim of Chanel Cooper. She kept urging him to the line, and it's paid off because he's got his head down where it counts, and that's at the post. Won your winner, Kickagoalson, Pete Fernie and Chanel Cooper, by All-American from Our Trade Secret, owned by D. Gilbert, Mrs. S. Miller, W. Coucher, K. O'Connor, also S. Schultz, D. Norrish, Miss S. Michelini, Mrs. B. Schultz, L. Schultz, and Miss A. Schultz. Second in the 3, False Statement. Big turn of foot. Loves the Kalgoorlie surface, this horse. Felicity Forbes Ives and Jordan Turner combining by Star Witness from Motives, owned by Paddy Birmingham, also James Brennan, Gav Grulazich and Darryl Mapleson. For third in was a 7. That was Love Drunk Baby, the pacemaker, for Pete Fernie, and Luke Campbell by Bradbury's Luck from I'm a Sittin' Pretty, owned by Karen Fernie. And 5 gets 4th. That was High Pressure for Brett Drury and Lisa Staples. Won't get much closer finish than that. Today, of course, we saw a really close finish with Edward's Choice in the first, getting the nod, and another win here for Peter Fernie in a photo with Kickagoalson taking out race number 5, the Vale Gordon LeStrange. Race 6 is next. That is the Surefire Insurance Brokers Handicap over the 1600 metres, and the scratching in race number 6 is the 7 Whiskey Mac. No rider available, 11 to run, and Brazen Empress is your favourite at $3.20. Ahead of Military Action at $4.80, Mariah $5, Sendem $5.50, upwards others. Good race coming up. Brazen Empress is your favourite in race 6, but in the meantime, interim numbers 1, 3, 7 and 5 after the running of race number 5.